Have you ever been just enjoying your day, maybe even relaxing after a busy day of work or school, and then suddenly Robert Oppenheimer himself hits you with an explosion of skin-crawling memories where you could not have been more awkward, embarrassing, and cringe in a social situation? We're talking about the times where you'll contemplate and think about what you've done for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter if it's months, even years past, it's never going away. We've all experienced awkward moments in conversation, activities, whatever it is. Today's video is going to cover all of it. Let's get into it. Let's start with basic introductions in public.
SpongeBob?
Hi, how are you?
You see a good friend of yours or even just an acquaintance, you have to say hello, and for some reason socially, we have to embrace people with a hug, handshake, dap up, something, and this can be bad if you're not on the same page, especially with dap ups. Are they trying to handshake, fist bump, the dap up hug combo all the athletes do? Whatever the decision is, don't get it wrong. You'll think about a failed greeting all day and night. And in this hypothetical, obviously you have to conversate a little bit, and everyone's been stuck in the hi, how are you, good, how are you, good, how are you loop before. Honestly, it just buys time for you to think of what to say next. But it is awkward coming out of your mouth knowing you did it. Same with the what's up man, good, how are you mix up. You don't even have to know the individual either to have an awkward encounter. For example, someone you don't really recognize or that would know you is waving at you. You wave back because you're a nice guy. Turns out they are waving at someone directly behind you and you wish you could just disappear out of thin air in that moment. Or you're at a restaurant, gym, someone's working where you're at. They say enjoy your food or enjoy your workout and you hit them with the thanks, you too.
Even in a hurricane and frowns, I know that we'll be safe and sound. We're safe and sound.
It's an honest mistake. You were just being polite, but you can't help but feel bad for the worker or feel dumb for leaving autopilot mode on in your brain. To be fair though, that has nothing on these next moments that are especially prevalent at school or work, so just imagine yourself in those locations. If it's the first day of school or the first day of work, get ready for icebreakers and get ready to tell your entire life story in a quick 30-second to a minute intro about yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Is your name Brad?
Brad, yes, ma'am.
Wow, look at you, Brad.
It's especially awkward if they ask you for fun facts or what you like to do for fun. You know deep down, no facts about you that you can share are fun or interesting to others, but maybe that's just me. And speaking of presenting or standing up, this is specific for my guys out there. We have all been asked to get up or walk somewhere when for no good reason at all, you are as stiff as a rock with an erection below the belt.
Would you come up here and solve this problem for the class?
I can't.
And why is that?
Because I have a boner.
All right, now I have a couple that everyone can relate to, I think. Ladies, let me know. But we've all let one rip accidentally. It's worse if it's loud and bass boosted because everyone's gonna know the culprit. But it's embarrassing too if you let one squeak out accidentally because that's gonna be deadly. And you know you just started the next murder mystery in whatever room you're in. And if you've been lucky enough to never pass gas, which I doubt, how about that weird Enderman sounding stomach growl that everyone's experienced while a room is dead silent? That one's bad because you can't do much about it and it's gonna continue for a little bit. A fart is most likely just one and done unless you have a bit of an accident. Now I've got some that can happen in really any public place. Let's talk about bathrooms for a second. Again, specifically for the guys, nothing is more awkward than when you're minding your business at the urinal and a guy gets elbow to elbow with you in the urinal next to you, possibly giving you stage fright and completely ruining your bathroom trip. I find elevators to be a relatively awkward experience too, especially for introverts. Being forced to be one-on-one with one or a few people while it seems like it takes years to get to your desired floor. It's even more awkward if the person you spent this intimate experience with gets off on the same floor too. And then tipping has become awkward, especially recently with these touchscreen tip options that workers shove right in your face. Listen, I think 99% of situations and workers deserve a tip, but it's just weird having them watch over you as you make an important financial decision. And let's be real, some people will display this screen without doing anything to deserve a tip. I'll just leave it at that. How about times when you're in a group conversation and you can't seem to get a word in? Everyone's just talking over you like a peasant, and maybe you do get a word in and it's something you know is dumb. You're just trying to provide some value to the conversation. Or even worse in verbal communication, the dreaded voice crack that'll have people wondering if you've gone through puberty yet. And finally, to fittingly wrap things up, let's talk about goodbyes. The dap up fail from way back in the beginning of this video still applies, still the chance to mess things up. But have you ever said goodbye to someone and then walk in the same direction as that person? Like, bro, stop following me. My social battery died after we said goodbye the first time. Thank you so much for watching. watching. Sorry for no face cam. In this video, I just had wisdom tooth surgery. I'm making this video off the meds, in bed. The grind does not stop, but we will be back in our next video. I promise you that. Please feel free to subscribe. Also, comment below what I may have missed. I'll put a video of mine on the screen if you want to keep this train rolling. But anyways, hope you all have a blessed day. Goodbye now.